Content warning. Echo can be an emotionally intense experience and may not be for everyone. Echo contains themes of an adult nature, including violence, torture, drug usage, and harsh language. Viewer discretion is advised. I always thought us lizard folk look fucking creepy when we smile. We don't really have that same cutesy appeal like most furry fuckers. No, you do. I don't know. Lizard folks smiling is kind of cute. It's like adorable.
To be fair, technically their base face is a smile.
Yeah, constant smile. We're doing a furry visual novel and it's very traumatizing. VODs will be posted on Saturday since we got a lot of editing done yesterday. Toothy smiles are cute. Yeah, they are. Like on some people. Some people. If it's not forced. Like Carl.
Yep.
This is gonna sound really gay, but promise you won't leave, dude. The seriousness of his request makes me pause. You thought this game was chill?
It is not.
We have a trigger warning. So for those who are just joining in, I'm going to repeat the trigger warning. And this is going to be the portion where I cut off in the VOD. Content warning. Echo can be an emotionally intense experience. It may not be for everyone. Echo contains themes of adult nature, such as violence, torture, drug usage, and harsh language. Viewer discretion is advised. And that's where we're gonna end it. And death. And here. All right, future comfy. This is where we're gonna end it, right here. Okay, we're good. Me telling myself, like where to edit.
It's gonna be funny in the future. You're gonna be like, ah, fuck, pass me.
I was like, fuck, I forgot to edit this out. I look into his eyes and I feel like a selfish asshole. Carl's not fucking ready for this world. He's just gonna rot here. But I never felt right filling this whole big brother role again after what happened. Carl shifts his weight from hoof to hoof, noting my lack of response. I know, like, I'm a total burden, but you're not a fucking burden, huh? You keep me from losing my mind in this shithole, you know that. You know that! You're the reason I haven't left already. Carl stops shifting, seeming to be trying to wrap his head around this admission. Also, there's a side game where we play as Flynn and Carl, so they have like more backstory that we can play around with.
They're clearly boyfriends.
They're clearly dating. They're all in a poly ship, except Lee. I don't. Yeah, I'd rather have the poly ship idea. This is great, but like no one's gonna have. They're not gonna have. Like I imagine a poly ship with healthy minds and emotional like mentality, but no, not this group. Not this group. He opened his muzzle to speak, but I cut him off. And don't fucking go off again about how you're almost 21 and you should be better on your own. Say it louder for the people in the back. Speak up, Flynn. Turning into an adult doesn't magically fix all the shit that fucked you up. Say it louder. Flynn, speak up. People in the back can't hear you. Turning into an adult doesn't magically fix all the shit that fucked you up as a kid. Dude, you're not... He thinks... He thins... Rez, you're not dodging this shit. He thins his lips, the rem looking rather awkward. I'll stay. For now. For real? That's what I just fucking said, you absolute dumbass. Like, I imagine he's like bumping like his shoulder and it's a stupid grin on his face when he says all this. Like, that's how close of a relationship I see with Carl and Flynn. The next thing I know, Carl's fist is against my soft spot, my stomach. I flinch back, irking instinctively, but there's no pain, only that same unusual tingly feeling. He's not punching me. He's poking me? The corner of Carl's lip curls upward in a sort of half smile. He nudges me again, this time in the shoulder. I raise an inquisitive brow, thumping him back. He steps forward, wrapping his arms around my torso. I'm left standing, a little baffled at what just happened, with Carl's thick arms around my midsection. His fur is coarse, not quite to the point that it's prickling me, but it has its weight to it. I look down at the top of his beanie noggin, and it really is just like when he was a kid again. A real damn milksop. There's no back pats with the hugs. He lingers. I open my mouth to say something stupid, but I just bite my tongue. And profusely bleed because my teeth are sharp. I don't draw back either. Closing my eyes, I empty my mind and just stop thinking for a moment. I lean forward, resting my chin between his horns. I get this weird sort of twisty feeling in my chest. That's love! That's love! Carl shifts again as trying to look up. And of course, the edge of his hoof steps right on my toes. Fuck! I suppress a grimace just as the ram lifts its head up enough to meet me eye to eye. Sorry. It's fine, I'm tough. Hey! Girl, don't interrupt. Jenna's voice startles us both and we pull apart. I pivot on heel to see the fox staring at us with a look of I can't quite place. Surprised, bemused, even a bit worried. Booze ready? She looks at both of us. Carl acts like he's checking his phone. High school me would be squealing right now. I swear there's something in the tap water. Go away, girl. Gay moment here. Don't interrupt. The main character is an otter, correct? Yes, Rez. The main character is an otter who's currently like shaking and like is poisoned and hallucinating in a locked room right now. I have to will my tail not to curl in on itself. Then again, I'm pretty sure you don't drink plain water. She seems to look up at Carl. I can practically see Carl's blush through his fur on his cheeks. Flynn, when you got a minute? What? I clear my throat, putting on a more neutral expression. What do you want? I need to talk to you. Not about this. Her eyes flick back and forth between us, waving her hands in gesture like foam in circles, writing the word gay in the air. She's drinking in the sight like Carl downs energy drinks. What the hell does she want to talk to me alone about? I glance down to Carl, then back. Yeah, I'm still gonna keep watch after, though. Is that what you were doing? She turns, departing as soon as she finishes speaking, not letting me get out a word. Fucking typical. I rub my hand over my face. It was just a hug. No, it wasn't, Carl. You know it wasn't. Baby. Flynn had the tingles in his chest. You know it wasn't just a hug. But still, Carl's voice is quiet but still rings defensive. Fucker. I'm glad you're staying though, dude. I grunt, reaching over and squeezing the pudge of the ram's side. He grins instinctively, trying to push my hand away. I give his pectoral one last pinch before giving him a nudge out my door to my room. I guess I'm supposed to feel embarrassed right now, but I don't really. He was about to push the otter down. Rez, no. I'm glad to have this loser around. The accident will be good for Carl if I don't go, but if I do go, but I don't want to think about that now. As I turn to leave, I look at my bed and I can't help but see him laying there. That vacant look in his eyes, my cum so splattered on his neck. Fucker was playing me the whole time, and for what? To get off? That's all it was? It's spring break and he was here. He for some reason watched enough scaly porn to watch me? Consequences free, right? The sound of clinking silverware in the kitchen pulls me back into the present. I straighten out my pants, waiting for my cock to fully retreat before heading back into the kitchen with my rifle. My dude still got horny from the thought. Oh Lord, y'all better not clip me on that. Y'all better not clip me saying any of that shit.
All right, everyone, you heard him clip it every single line.
Oh my God. Wait, what the? Oh, why is he so far back? Stop it. Ugh. They're all there. There they all are. Carl's already poking around inside the salad bowl on the counter, glancing up at me briefly. Daxton's the only one sitting, staring at the water in his glass. I sling my rifle over my shoulder. I grab one of these salamander's cups from the cupboard and get myself what looks to be an apple banana smoothie. The cup itself is labeled for some sort of convention, though the exact name of it been worn away from many washings. It's Anthrocon. He's been to Anthrocon. It's if these guys go to a furry convention, would it just be a convention? Would it just be
It'd be a
AnimeCon?
human convention.
It'll be oh no.
Human Sona
Hey
convention.
guys, did you check out my human Sona? Why did now I know how other people non-furries feel when we talk about our fursonas. Oh god. As I move to the salad, Carl nudges me. At first I think he's being playful, but then I follow his eyes. Leo's standing by the window with his nose practically pushed up against it. I commissioned the No! Hey guys, look, I commissioned a new skin suit today. What do you think?
Oh no.
I got it like this short Filipino dude with black hair. Me.
Ponytail.
And a ponytail. He's pretty long hair, but like he needs to like I need to like trim the sides to make it like an undercut. Not me describing me. I can see the condensation from his breath murking up the glass. It's getting dark out, so he's probably keeping watch. Still doesn't stop him from looking like a real weird motherfucker. TJ's looking at him too, his expression difficult to place. He's never been exactly hard to read when he's upset like this. His nervous tick always gives it away. Yet I can't tell what he looks more of, concerned or guilty. I'm usually good at reading folks, so this is kind of pissing me off. Honestly, it would too. I take a seat next to Daxton. I'm a bit out of the loop here. I've been wanting to cosplay as my neighbor. Oh my god. His big blue eyes shift from person to person. Might be best if you fuck off again for a bit. Seriously? Can you just explain something for once instead of like being weird, cryptic shithead? I can see the lines from Daxton's smooth forehead as he furrows his brow. His skin's so tightly stretched across his body, it makes his even slightest change of face readily visible. I don't have a clue how the furry tits get my kind confused with his. As I grunt and mutter for him to eat my shit, I can't help but wonder if I should bring him up to speed or not. I guess part of me wants as many people as possible to know what happened. I mean, fuck. That's what I've always wanted, right? These fuckers finally acting like something happened and that's our little group wasn't just little old Leo, Chase, TJ, Jenna, Carl, and I. Eventually, everyone sits to eat. There's not enough room at the kitchen island for everyone, so TJ and Jenna sit on the counter by the fridge. TJ's still not saying much. All right, I still can't access the Wi-Fi or make calls. Daxton, is it? Yeah? We're not taking shelter from Clint. We wouldn't mean to impose upon you like this, so my apologies. It's all right. He pokes at a clump of almond shavings in his salad. I just want to know what's going on. She looks to TJ, then after a quiet, affirming nod from the lynx, she responds to the salamander. When we were younger, one of our neighbors, our friend, drowned in Lake Emma. She pauses. Actually, they died in the hospital later on, but the point is, we're all here for it. We're all there for it. It was rather a traumatizing experience, even for the older members of our sort of friend group at the time. She speaks in such plain, even tone, she might as well be reading the directions off the back of the TV dinner. I wish this was given to me so I can read it as such. Everyone, including Daxton, looks incredibly uncomfortable. The salamander just nods in faux understanding. Oh. He digs into his salad with such focus, it's like he's trying to read a book in there. So, let's just jump right into it. She takes a big drink from her smoothie, leaving us in anticipation. I groan quietly. Flynn? Fucking what? Do you believe that Chase killed Sydney? What? Daxton looks up, letting out a little wisp of laughter, assuming we're joking. As he sees he's the only one laughing, he starts to look visibly tense. I didn't fucking expect her to just straight up and ask me this either. Well, way I see it, either Chase is lying or TJ is. Or fuck it, maybe they both are and are covering for each other's asses. But Chase in there was spouting bullshit like a steer's rear. I point out to TJ, who quickly looks away. Threw me under the bus the moment he started squealing. Chase would never lie to me like that. He lied to you all the fucking time. You're not brain bastard. Leo snarls. Do you have any non-rose tinted memories left in that fucking thick skull of yours? I don't need to listen to nothing from someone who manipulated him for sex. Oh no, no, stop it. I don't want to be racist. I'm like a Spanish accent is coming out. I'm emulating my ex's voice now.
Womp womp.
I don't know. Should I keep going with that voice? I don't know.
Is this for Leo?
Leo.
Yes.
Okay. All right. How goddamn dare he go? All right. Not this shit again. I didn't fucking do that. Do you really think I'm sort of fucking rapist? You're so stupid. Why won't you goddamn listen to me? Enough. TJ shifts, looking like he's about to start crying again. I'm not lying. I clutch the edge of the counter, trying to control my breathing. I slowly pull up my stool and sit, trying to ignore the strange look Leo is giving me. It kind of reminds me of those fish in a freezer. The way they stare forever when there's no more circuits firing in their brains. I wonder if I'll ever love someone enough to go full stupid in the face of facts like this. Aw. You have Carl. You definitely, there's definitely something there. Like, it's not just me, right, Arden? Like, I feel like there's something there. Like, with him. Also, if you need to go to your meeting, you can pop off if you need to.
It's in 10 minutes. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm just slightly distracted because I also have other things I'm doing in the background here. Sorry, everyone. I'm just here as an emotional support pillow.
Not the fucking keys. All right. I'm going. What a poor, crazy idiot. It's still word versus word with you two. And Chase fucked off once TJ told us what happened from his point of view. Which took you long enough, by the way. I hard-eyed the lynx, but his own eyes are cast so far away from me, they might as well be in the back of his head. Don't forget a care package? Oh yeah, you're right. I'll take a sip. My mouth is getting caught in mouth from all this trauma. Yeah, not the gargle. That wasn't me, guys. That was not me.
I threw a gargle.
Oh my god. TJ. Jenna rubs her paws on the napkin, wringing it some before speaking again. Tell us about the monster you saw. Oh, come on! Jenna ignores me. Give us as many details as you can, and take as much time as you need. TJ clutches his bowl of salad in his lap with both paws. It looks like he hasn't had a bite. His eyes take on the more reflective quality they always do when the tears are starting to well up. It's unnerving on a sort of primal level to see TJ tearing up like that. He's an adult, a grown-ass man, looking just like he did when he was a kid. It reminds me how little any of us has truly grown up. Like I said before, tall, with burnt skin, reddish, I guess? How tall? Like almost 7 feet. Jenna frowns. How did it move? Really fast, or not at all? It was like pictures, you know? A sideshow that was being fast forward. Carl finally looks up at his hooves, the ram appearing increasingly nervous. When it walked through the water didn't move like a wake. It just splashed out with each step. Tell me about the face again, please. Okay. TJ's having such a hard time getting words out, but Jenna doesn't stop. She looks rapt. 3 holes. 2 for the eyes, 1 for the mouth. They weren't like bloody or anything, just empty, dark. Everyone's silent for a moment. Then next to me, Daxton raises up to his feet. Then Salamander walks around where TJ's sitting, then points to something behind him. Oh my god. Like this?
Like this?
Are we going to see a drawn picture? Not like an owlet. Come on! I thought it was going to be drawn. He's pointing at the... Honestly, yeah, from like Leo's route, that's what it looked like.
Yeah.
An electrical socket? TJ turns a freaking plug, looks at it, then he twitches as if startled. He quickly wipes his eye and nods. Daxon stares slack-jawed. Leo takes a large slurp from his smoothie. There's a dribble of pink liquid stuck to his fur around the edge of his jowls. Guys, am I missing something here? I saw it. Saw what, Carl? That thing. Carl gestured toward the electrical outlet. I give him an incredulous look as if we meet each other's glances for a second. Yeah? I saw a pretty nifty light switch back when I was 13. I looked at TJ. It didn't make me hide the truth about my friend's murder for about a decade. Shut up, dude. I blink at Carl. He stands up, still staring at the socket. When I crashed my car that night, you remember? I do. Carl didn't want to talk about it for months after it happened. I only found out about the truth then. It was after he dropped out of it was after he dropped out of college. Apparently it was way fucking past twilight and he was drugged out his mind. That scabies-ridden fat-ass Jeremy gave him acid in his trailer and he had a bit of a bad trip. You went driving on acid?
Bad idea.
This ram has got into everything. Carl described some cartoon he put on, a tiger and a bird, with the tiger baking the bird alive. Wait a minute. Looney Tunes?
Probably Looney Tunes.
Probably. He mentioned how vivid everything was and how that fucking Jeremy wouldn't stop laughing. He busted out of there and drove off all high tail light. While making his way down Route 65, he swerved and hit a pole. The impact would have killed him if he weren't so thick-skulled. And of course, he told his dear old parents about it, and they took the blame for everything. They didn't want him to be tested when the cops showed. It wasn't until a couple of months ago that he told me, in his drug-addled mind, he thought he had driven to Pueblo and picked up Chase. Carl claimed he was talking to him the whole ride back, telling him how college life was going and shit. Stroking his horns, mentioning how he missed him and wanted him back as a roommate. You know, all the shit Chase never actually said after Carl dropped out. The fucker barely even responded to his messages. He could have sworn when he swerved off the road and struck the pole, he killed Chase, crushed somehow at the impact. He wouldn't stop shaking. I made a joke that I would have helped him bury the body. I threw up later thinking about it, because you did help Sydney bury a body. Yeah? The ram is looking at me with those really big sad eyes. I never see him like this, sober and fully fucking aware of really bad shit. Usually the moment shit starts getting remotely bad, he tokes till his mind melts the horrors away, as he calls them. There's none of that shit here, that's for sure. That's for certain. I never liked how it makes me feel, and Daxon's too nerdy to know any pot dealers. This is going to sound real nuts, but that thing TJ's describing with the electrical socket face, it was chasing me that night, man. I saw it exactly how TJ described it. That's how it moved. I thought I had outrun it, but then it was in the car with me where I thought Chase was, and I hit a fucking pole, man. Where was Chase? Where Chase was? Leo looks at Carl with a raised eyebrow. I let out a puff of exasperated air. You were tripping balls on acid. I looked to the rest of the group. That's why he thought he saw he was Chase. Leo's expression furrows. You've done acid, Carl? Yeah, I know it's how it sounds. I thought it seemed familiar earlier when TJ was describing it at City Hall, but that face, it was just like an outlet. Daxon's nodding along with everything Carl said. Flynn, I literally was just telling you about this shit. I saw it in my dream, in the water. It's the second time I've seen it in 2 days. I recognize it too. Not in the dream, or because of drugs, though. She looks over at TJ, who appears to be more frightened with the confessions coming around him. When I was younger, well, much younger, I sometimes saw it during times I was really angry or sad. It's the closest thing I've ever had what my grandmother cried as a spiritual experience. I'm getting goosebumps. Oh my God. I could feel it on my legs. When I told about it, she told me it sounded a lot like a word that I'm not going to say out loud because I know a lot of people believe what it is and it will appear somewhere nearby if they do say it out loud. And in the edit, I'm going to blur this word out except the first letter. This is really silly, guys. We just need to talk to Chase. He's clear of all of this up. He'll clear all of this up for us. Leo continues to eat. The one of us still doing that at this point. Daxton gawks at him. Are you real right now, man? I'm the only one who's thinking real things right now, yeah? The wolf scarfs down an incredibly large bite of salad. A guy like Leo probably needs to eat 4 meals a day with his wolf metabolism. His nose is starting to bleed too? Probably crackling from how dehumidified I keep it in here. So, despite all of us, sans you and Flynn, having had experience with this thing, you want to completely disregard it. Leo just nods. See, yeah. And to be fair, I'm fucking flabbergasted by what they're saying as well. But at the same time, the coincidences of all of this is just too much. TJ's tough to read now, but I don't doubt that the sincerity of Carl, Jenna, or even Daxton in that they believe what they're saying. I just want the truth. That's all I want. I sigh. I think we should talk to my aunt. Why your aunt? She's good with this sort of shit. I pause. Well, I don't know what this is that's happening, but fuck. I don't know what else to do. Leo just frowns at me. I frown back at him. You can go home if you want. I know it's tempting now that Chase isn't here for you to stalk.